It's like, no. Friend. Gather. Okay, first of all, y'all, I don't know if I told y'all, but I just got into these. If you've been watching me on Instagram, you know I've been dropping these. If you like these, let me know what your favorite flavor is, because I ain't gonna lie, this one's not bad. This is my first time trying this one, but my favorite flavor, friend, is definitely enlightenment. Come on now. You know it's tea. It has a raz to the daz. It has a little bit more. And it's funny because someone, because I said that to someone, I was like, it got a little raz to the dash. She was like, you know, a je ne sais quoi, if you will. Yes, a je ne sais quoi. But yeah, and then next would be Bluephoria. Girl, I put a little chlorophyll, oil of oregano, okay, sea moss, vitamin D3, and I'll be on my way, baby. So first of all, friend, how are you this fine morning? Cheers, thank you. So I just wanted to come here and do a collective. I was feeling it. I don't know. It feels like this is gonna be like a, I think I'm gonna just use some oracles to get the juice in the tea. And I just want to pull in like a, I'm getting like a what's next. This is your advice. Just a real, you know, a little quickie. I don't know why I've been picking up on this energy, like someone, okay, real quick. Someone, I don't know, I feel like in the collective, someone was like, damn, P, I need one more reading for some confirmation. I need one more reading for confirmation. So I think this is going to be that reading. So let's just roll the dice. Who am I meant to be speaking to right now? Sun sign. Okay, sun, moon, rising. Possibly even Venus. Who am I meant to be talking to? Let's roll it twice. I'm talking to a Cancer, period. Look at that South Node. I'm talking to a Cancer. I'm talking to a Leo, double Leo, okay? Who am I talking to? I'm talking to a Sagittarius. You know what's so funny? I just seen one, the North Node and the South Node just came up. Okay. Interesting. There could be a period of enlightenment. Like, you could have just been enlightened. And it's funny because as soon as I got into that energy, I just got intimidated. So, okay. Whoever I'm talking to, you could have recently, there's something big happening in your life. Let me see what this is pertaining to. And when I say that, it doesn't have to be super intense, but let me just get this out. Like, you could be in a new role at work. Yeah, look at that sun. Yeah, you could be in a new role at work. You could have just, because I thought about my friend, you could have just became the supervisor. Okay, you could have just became the team lead. You could have, now I'm thinking of our good sis Lexi the Leo, you could have just popped out. Okay, I think I just seen her post. I'm gonna have to check that out, 333 on the clock. Okay, you could have just popped out a little bit after a little hiatus, okay? Yes, I love this. I'm gonna have to shout out Lexi the Leo. Her energy is coming to me right now. So, you know what's funny? There was something I seen on Instagram, because I follow her on Instagram, and she had this post. Y'all love how I be pulling inspiration from every and anything, okay? But I had seen this post, and something that was on that post is literally speaking to me. Yep, and as soon as I just, look at this. My like was the 111 like, okay? The 111th like. This is for somebody. This is on her post. Follow her on IG, okay? Artists are not like athletes. We cannot win gold. We cannot beat other creatives. We cannot come first. Sport is objective. Our craft is subjective. Creating to be the best is a waste of energy. Instead, create to connect to the people who need you, period. Because they're out there. Create in your way because there's no right way. Take the pressure off and focus on your unique brand of magic, period. This, okay. So, first of all, you are more than capable of whatever it is that you're being called to rise to the occasion. That's something that you need to know. I know it's intimidating, but you were chosen. Whether it be, I mean, you could have been chosen by the job. You could have been chosen by a specific person, a specific organization, but I feel like you were chosen by the divine. Okay, that's how you got in this position, friend. So we need you to walk in. You know how they say walk in the room like God sent you? We need you to move like that. All right. Don't psych yourself out. You got it. I also was picking up on, and I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on in November. Make sure y'all tap in with the zodiacs. But if you ever feel yourself getting pulled into a unhealthy rat race, okay, because you're trying to prove a point, or you feel, you know, like where the ego starts to come in, you know what I mean? But it feels like I gotta prove a point. I have to compete, but for the wrong reasons, okay? Ground yourself and just remember what I just stated, all right? This is about you. This is like a you versus you right now, all right? Don't let the outer influences and distractions come in and, you know, get you away from the main goal. So let's keep going. Off rip, whoever I'm supposed to be talking to, what do they need to know? What cards need to come out? Their advice. Okay, greatness ahead. Yeah, y'all could definitely resonate with that collective. The title is Your Light is About to Be Magnified. Yeah, sexual pleasure. Okay. Counseling. You know what's funny, friend? I have to honor it. Okay, so when I just got that sexual pleasure, now granted, you know, maybe at this time, you know, make some time for you to, you know, spend time with the body, okay? Have a little fun, if you know what I mean. But also, I didn't get the best energy off of that once I let it sit. There could be a person, be very mindful of who you share your body with. Yeah, it could be a Sagittarius. Be very mindful of who you let in your realm with their magic stick or, you know, the other thing, okay? Whatever it is, all right? Just be careful. Your body is sensitive. There's something about the body is sensitive, the energy is sensitive, so just be mindful of who is entering your portal, or the other way around, you know, or who's entering your portal, or whose portal, who's entering your portal, or who's allowing the portal to be entered. I don't know why I can't, my brain, I'm glitching. It is like 6:42 in the morning. I don't know, friend. Let me take a little sip of my Rebel Berry to wake him up, okay? But let's keep going. Counseling or therapy. Learn the lesson and keep it pushing. Okay, so again, somebody here, I'm just gonna say it, somebody here is sleeping with, okay, someone who could be draining the energy. All I'm gonna say is this: just pay attention to how you feel. Like when you engage with another human being, I need you to pay attention to how you feel after y'all do the deed, okay? That is going to tell you, like, oh, okay, ooh, I feel a little drained. This is what people's talking about. Okay, I feel a little icky. This is what people's talking about. I feel a little stunted. There's going to be something very sensitive about the body. And it's crazy. This is important because this infiltration could take away from your creative energy. I'm getting a lot of like that momentum, that boost, that, okay? So this is like the lower chakras. I'm getting like the root chakra, the sacral, mainly those two. I mean, you could say the solar plexus, but really I'm getting those two. It's like an attack. I don't want to say it like that because it doesn't feel like it's on purpose. It just feels like the other individual just might not be on the same playing field or the same level, at the same level of awareness as you. Okay, there's a difference in awareness. And for whatever reason, that difference in awareness is bringing me to this message of they don't need to be hitting nothing and you don't need to be hitting that. And y'all know what I mean. I'm talking about what word do I want to say? I just say it in sex, friend. I be trying to, like, you know, pitter patter so I don't get demonetized. But, you know, I don't know what else to say. Learn the lesson and keep it pushing, okay? Counseling or therapy. You could be a counselor or you could be a therapist, but I also feel like if you have been wanting to get back into therapy, yes, do that shit, okay? You are responsible for your own happiness. This is giving me 4th house energy. So, yeah, I've been picking up on this in the collective. Look, friend, you know it. You know you're in control of this, so be very mindful. This is the thing. I don't want no one to be paranoid, but just be mindful. You know how hard you've worked to get to where you are with your healing, with your boundaries, with your discipline, with what it is that you have going on, okay? So uphold that. They're not saying don't have fun, but uphold that. If you know you've been over here, it's like, I'm picking up on this energy, like, not me just thinking of like a goddess detox, yoni pearls. Sorry if you're a man, just give me a second. But there's this energy of like someone doing a lot of womb cleansing. Like you have been working very hard to cleanse the womb. But it's like, if you know you've been doing that and you know you've been working on, dang, someone really has been working on, you know, health down there. If you know you've been working on health down there, it's like, why would we sleep with that person who we know be sleeping with everybody? Even if they are a sneaky link, why would we even be sleeping with them? Especially without protection. It's like one of those, it's like, you've done so much work, so uphold that work. At least, you know, protect what you've already gained ground in, okay? So there's something here, like if you've already been doing some type of health routine, like set your environment up to support that. Have people, places, and things around you that support that and that don't take away from that, that don't hinder that or sour it or spoil it, okay? We have I hate it here. Ready for something new. Okay. So I also feel like the advice here, friend, there is a feeling of, okay, someone doesn't like where they're at, okay? And it could have to do with work. But even if it doesn't, pay attention to what is like making you feel unsettled, to where it's like, ugh, hate it here. Hate that. I don't like that. Pay attention. That is your tunnel. It's almost like that's the tunnel. That's the catalyst. That is the portal that's going to lead you to the breakthrough. That is going to lead you to solutions. That's going to lead you on a new adventure. Yes, that's what it was. I'm off on an adventure, Mr. Rager. Tell me about your stories. I gotta look at what the lyrics are. Mr. Rager, Mr. Rager. Okay, so yeah, I just heard safe travels, ready for something new. I hate it here. Okay, let the frustration, those of you who are feeling frustrated or just restless about something that's going on in your life, let that be, like there's a certain way to look at that. You know, like you could have a woe is me type of attitude because you're feeling like that, like I hate it here. Or you could look at that as, ooh, I'm so glad that my body is telling me, is like allowing me to feel this feeling. Because I know for me, when I start to feel that feeling of, oh, I don't like this, I don't like how this is going, that initiates the process for me to start thinking of solutions. Because now I'm being real with myself and I have reached that point of, whoo, fuck no, I'm not doing this. I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to work here. I need something new, okay? That is going to help initiate the next steps. So just know that that frustration is helping you get clarity, okay? It's helping lead you to the clarity, to the next steps on what you need to do to improve your situation. So pay attention. What's next? I'm off on an adventure. I'm Mr. Rager. It's that Kid Cudi energy. Okay, conflict number 6. Will to power, hostility, jealousy, stubbornness, aggression, fear, competitiveness, and controversy, okay? So I did ask what's next. So this could be happening around you, but I also feel like it could also stir within you. And you're being asked to, your higher self is like, remember me. Remember me. When these people try to play, remember me, okay? Remember us, all right? There's 2 things though, friend. First of all, I feel like what's next, there's going to be a level of refocusing on the health, getting the body and the spirit healthy, however that looks for you. I do see where there is, I'm picking up on it, there is, yeah, this energy. Whether it be hostility, jealousy, stubbornness, competitiveness, coming from the outside towards you, being in the environment. But I also see, again, where some of you might be pulled in. And I was talking about this. I'm seeing somebody be pulled in due to someone's aggressive nature or their competitive nature, or maybe their jealousy, their weird vibes. So they get pulled into that. Y'all know how it be. Someone be giving weird vibes and now you pulled in and you like, what? Oh, okay, I'm about to, okay. And now guess what? Now you're in the race with them. Now you're in that energy with them, and then it starts to deplete you. So there's a level of don't lose sight of the vision, okay? Don't become the envy. Don't become the jealousy. Don't become the poison, all right? Stay in the medicine. Stay as the medicine. Someone's going to understand what that means. I feel like I'm talking in hieroglyphics, but for real though. Stay in the medicine. How should they handle this? My father, man. How you should handle this darkening of the light. That's funny, number 36. That's interesting because you got 2 6s here. That's giving me the 6th house. Ain't that a Dastana house? And then we have this 3rd house, okay? And when I think of the 3rd house, I think of that being like a house that improves over time, like that improves with experience, like it improves as you go. So there's something here that's getting very much so easier for you, and you've been noticing it. It could be how you handle your triggers, the bounce back after the triggers, the how you handle that steam. Like I'm seeing like a steamboat, I'm seeing like a train, and there's a certain way that you're transmuting. Like there's a lot of fire here, and I'm thinking of someone like throwing the coal in the fire, using that fuel. You found healthier ways to be able to channel this energy. 1717 on the clock. So look, this is your advice to be able to combat this conflict energy. Take this however it resonates. So number 36, darkening of the light. Maintain a low profile. Look inward first. Caution and moderation. Difficulties. Self-protection. Subdue your brilliance. Okay? So personally, I'm not going to tell you to subdue your brilliance. I'm sorry, friend. I can't tell you to dim your light, friend. But that maintain a low profile. Use your intuition, friend. Okay, use your intuition. I'm telling y'all, watch that reading that I'm about to post, or that I already posted. Watch that reading. So let me get a, hey, Mr. Rager, tell me your story. Tell me how you had on my fun and adventure, Mr. Rager. That's another thing. If you feel yourself, and you ain't got to tell nobody else, if you feel yourself starting to jump in that rat race and be tricked into becoming competitive in an unhealthy way, or becoming jealous, and, you know, look inward first, okay? Dissect that. A little mini shadow work session, a little mini reset, okay, will do great things for you, and it'll help redirect the energy, because this is all about perspective, okay? Because I feel like in both of these people, places, and things, there's a healthy way and then there's a not so healthy way, okay? On how to handle this energy that I feel like is moving through the collective. There's a healthy way to handle it, and there's an unhealthy way. And you have to choose the healthy way. And I feel like one of the ways to choose to be healthy in this is to acknowledge the feeling, but it is going back to that inward. You know what this reminds me of, friend? The best way I could describe this, and someone's going to understand, and if you don't, I'm sorry, I tried, friend. This reminds me of, like, let's say, I feel like I'm speaking to someone who, let's say if you're into like candle magic, right? This is like that energy of, instead of me maybe focusing on doing a return back to sender. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with return back to senders. Instead of me focusing on doing a return back to sender, how about I instead, I want the same outcome, but how about I work it through like a white candle? How about I do a focus, like instead of focusing on sending something back to them, how about I focus on a white candle for me? How about I focus on uplifting my energy? Because if I'm uplifted and my vibration is high, and if my intentions are pure, and if I'm being cleansed and purified, and I'm going through this purification process with myself, then all those other things will fall in alignment. It's like getting the same result, just in a different way, okay? With a different motive and with a different sense of morality, okay? So basically what I'm getting from that is there's a different way to be able to handle this that would be accepted by your higher self, okay? Where you'll still feel very powerful, and you'll be still in that, I don't want to say protected position. And it's crazy how I'm like, I'm all stuttering. I'm cracking at. So, I don't know. I trailed off with that one. But that's kind of what I'm getting with that. There's like a, I don't know. I remember this one day because I was so, it's like not being fueled by anger. Like I was so angry. And my spiritual team was like, not this time. Let's not do this while we're angry. How about you shift the focus? I want you to come at this from a different perspective, Paige. Let's go at this, like there's like a different way. This is like shifting the focus. Instead of saying, it's like instead of, I'm trying to see how to say this. Bring it to me, Lord, bring it to me. Yeah, it reminds me of the video I just did. It's like instead of focusing so much on the enemy, you know, of course I'm gonna talk about him, but it's just because I gotta get into the tea. You know, instead of focusing so much on the enemy, it's like, how about we focus on how to up our spiritual protection? How about we focus on our light? Because the more you focus on your light, the more it's gonna be magnified, and then it's gonna disintegrate that other shit. I always used to pray, like my grandma used to tell me, like, always, you know, as long as you're good, you know, whatever it is, ask God, just say, God, help me through this, you know, as long as I'm good. And I think it was because I was going through a breakup. This was when I was super young. And I remember praying to God. I was like, Lord, I really just need to get away from this man. Or like, I just need to, like, help me to heal from this as long as I'm good. I didn't even want to pray about, like, let them realize, you know, I was young. You know how some people be like, I want them to realize what they did. Da, 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 da. No, I didn't even want that. I said, Lord, just please let me to be okay. Because if I'm okay, what does it matter if they're getting their karma or if they're falling short? What does that matter if I'm okay? Because if I'm okay and I'm doing good and things are still working in my life and I am, you know, feeling uplifted, I'm feeling good, you know, the other shit doesn't matter. So there's something here about shift the focus. I hope that made sense, friend. So what's next for you? What's about to come in? Some themes. Abundance, period. What's about to come in? Hey, strength, okay, period, okay. Heavy on that Leo, discovery, and then give me one more. Yep. Present moment. So we have present moment, strength, abundance, and discovery. That is what's coming in. Now with that present moment, I know y'all have a tendency to sometimes move so quickly that it can be hard to stay in the present, okay? Make time to ground yourself in the present. Make sure you're looking around and, you know, taking in the blessings as they come. Make sure you're doing your self-reflection. We love a good reflect and simmer, okay? I literally just saw this post on Facebook and it was so funny because I was like, that'd be me every day. It'd be me every day. I really do I have to sit with myself and I have to be like, okay, did I like how I handled that? Did I? But it was look. It says, some post, it says, I really be in the shower every night evaluating my behavior like, I didn't like how I responded to that today. Tomorrow I'll do better. And then I shared it and I was like, yes, we love a good reflect and simmer. Because for real, that'd be me on my balcony. I'd be like, all right, girl. Even if it's hard, I'd be like, all right, bro. Nah, catch that. You know, because I'm not perfect. When I feel a nasty energy moving through me, I'd be trying to check it. Like, check that pee. First I pray, I be like, pray, get that, pray. First I be like, Lord, get that nastiness off of me, okay? I rebuke it. And then I dissect it. Why is that coming up? Where's the trigger? What's happening? You know? So, and there's something here about things are happening quicker for you. Like there's a link quicker, like you bounce back quicker, okay? You get it quicker. So don't feel like this is going to be some long drawn out thing where you have to sit and meditate for 50,000 hours. I feel like it's going to come to you very quick and you're going to be able to correct it. Okay, so where should the focus be predominantly? Oh, Pluto. Pluto. Not Pluto. Not Pluto. That's giving, that's so crazy because I literally, didn't I just rub on my Pluto oil? Where did my Pluto oil go? Y'all know these were from my girl 80s old shop. Yes. Pluto intention oil. So something about Pluto energy. Pluto. My mind ain't working. I don't want to just read it like the 8th house. So let me go to Pluto. First of all, when I think of Pluto, like Pluto can't be seen. If I'm not mistaken, like it can't be seen. It's back there with Aquarius. Like it's one of those discrete, like I'm picking up on like discrete, of course, transformation, breakthrough. I'm getting, it's not even just Pluto. I'm getting Pluto and Uranus type of energy. But let me look at this. Hey, Mr. Rager, Mr. Rager. Okay. Pluto energy. Where we find Pluto in the chart is where we either seek change and transformation or have it thrust upon us as if we refuse, or have it thrust upon us if we refuse to accept our deepest needs. Yeah. Okay, so the energy that is going to be very activated and present for you is Pluto. And I don't know, I feel like it's about to take you on a ride. Let me just read this. Now my stomach growling. That was crazy. I'm starving. Pluto is associated with renewal and rebirth. It represents endings and new beginnings, as well as spiritual growth and rebirth. The negative expression of Pluto is an obsessive desire for power and control and general destructiveness. A positive expression is the ability and desire to transform. In a chart, the position of Pluto by sign will be shared with other people in the same generation due to the comparatively slow movement of Pluto. So what I'm getting from that is, I'm not going to lie, friend, you can either take the red pill or you could take the blue pill, okay? How do you want to channel the Pluto energy? Do you want to conquer with it? Do you want to be destructive with it? Or do you want to like transmute it, transform, rebirth? There's like a certain way that you could spin that energy. That's almost like someone getting a certain sense of power. And I felt that in y'all vibe. Like it's very Leo-esque. Somebody getting a certain sense of power and it's like, okay, what are you going to do with this? I'm giving you the power. Now I want to see what you do. I want to see how you move when you have the power. I want to see how you move when you have this strength. Are you going to use it wisely or are you going to use it in a very destructive way? Totally up to you. Period. So that message is for somebody. Okay. Let's get one more card for advice. These are going to hit. So advice. One card, please. Don't play with me today, y'all. One card. Okay, one card. What's the advice? Oh, thank you. Ooh, I ain't never seen this. I don't think. Okay, period. We love a new energy. Look at that yellow. 30. Asphodel. I think that's what it's called. Asphodel. So I'm about to read two separate excerpts. So pay attention and get clear. The number is 30. You could be turning 30 soon. Be born on the 30th. Something could be happening on the 30th. Damn, am I supposed to drop this on the 30th? I ain't doing that. I might drop this in November. Anyway, the Mausoleum of Corsica carries wands of asphodel into the dream realm. There they hunt the souls of locals in order to predict who will fall ill or die in the next year. Drawing this card is a sign that you too will have to make some big predictions soon. And my phone just went off. They'll have important effects on your life, so don't make them lightly. But don't take forever either, or someone may end up making them for you. Okay, take control, friend. take that as you will. Number 30. Okay, the other one says, hey, stranger, I'm off on an adventure. It says, in Corsica, where asphodel grows prolifically, a person who has been gone from their home